Hey everyone, so I wanted to come and give you an update about the Mirena IUD. So I get questions on this too, and I know that it can be pretty frightening to want to get an IUD, especially for the first time. Um, it's not a fun process. Let me tell you that it is not a fun process. It's also very expensive, so insurance was a godsend for me. But yeah, I wanted to give you my experience. I have had my IUD for a few years now. Um, and for me, it's been the best thing ever. So I have premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which is basically PMS times a million, and it can be horrendous. There is no easy way to say it. It can be absolutely horrendous. So if you have that, I'm sure you know. And this was kind of a Hail Mary for me. Back when I started this, I had tried pretty much every birth control pill you can think of. I had even gotten desperate and be like, hey, let me try Yaz. And for a month, I was like, this is the most magical, wonderful thing I've ever had in my life. It like resolved all of my symptoms. It resolved anything and everything I did not like, period. But then I hit month 2 and my body was like, no, we don't care. So it stopped working. And I feel like I'm someone who's very sensitive to medications, and my body generally will fight anything and everything that it can. So I was like, okay, if it's going to fight these oral medications, what else can I do? So, of course, I would sit down with my healthcare provider, which is definitely what I recommend because I'm not giving any medical advice today. This is only my experience. And that's what I did. I went and had a conversation. We went over my history and what it was like for me, what I'm dealing with, what I'm looking for, how I want to feel. What can I do in conjunction with these things? So, improving a healthy lifestyle, eating well, exercising, surrounding yourself with positive people. I've said before, you are who you surround yourself with. That's a massive influence in your life. And just going from there. And we decided that the Mirena IUD was best for me because I get so much pain, so much bloating, so much inflammation, migraines, panic attacks, mood swings. I'm trying to think of all the things that I get. Hot flashes. Um, I get a lot. And there are times where I'm just like, this cannot be right. This can't be healthy. But it's hormones playing games. Let me tell you, Amplo got jokes, honey. So I decided that the Mirena was the best after that conversation. And I told the doctor, she was just like, well, you've never had kids, so we can do Mirena, or we can do like a smaller one with a lower dose, like Kylena or something. And I was like, no, I want to go big or go home, because let me tell you something. My menstrual cycle is unrelenting, and it fights everything that I try to do to make it stop. Okay, so we are gonna do the strongest dose and we're just gonna see what happens. This is a Hail Mary and I am throwing it. Let's go. I'm committed. So, and believe me, once you do this, you can stop at any time. You can change your mind at any time. Okay, nobody can force you to do something like this, even when it's sitting in their hand and they're about to insert it. You can say stop. You can refuse. Okay, I'm a registered nurse, so I just thought you should know that. And if any providers or nurses give you a problem or an attitude, that's a problem. That's a reason to hire and fire, my friends. So anyway, yes, the Mirena IUD has been fantastic. At first, it can cause tremendous cramping, tremendous pain. I have to say, when I got home from the appointment, because I took 600 ibuprofen and 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol before, because they didn't want to pre-medicate. I wasn't as educated as I could have been on the options, and I didn't want to waste time. I just wanted it over with, and I feel like that kind of was an oversight on my part. I just put myself through it, and I didn't look to see if I had any providers around me who would have been a little bit more caring about medication, like pre-medication or any of that kind of stuff. So I would definitely recommend kind of talking to them and seeing what you can do. She did offer a paracervical block, but by the time they're done with all those needles and stuff, you could have had the IUD inserted, which is why I chose what I chose. But that's on me. That's my choice, right? So after that, when I got home, I got up out of the car and I went up to my room and I was just kind of sitting, getting ready to just sit in bed, see how I feel. It's all good. Oh my Lord. The the cramping pain, the back pain. When I tell you, I was kind of slightly bent over clutching my pearls on this. Oh my God. So I was just, I've never had cramping that bad. Never. And I have a terrible cycle. Terrible. I was like, huh. I just in disbelief at how bad it could be. But now I was due for more medication. So I ate something real quick. I took some ibuprofen. Doesn't have to be in that order. And I sat on a heating pad and I cranked that thing up, let me tell you. And it helps. It helps. And the cramping became more intermediate. Yeah. It was kind of just off and on. And there would be times I'd be like, oh, and I would kind of just take a deep breath and breathe through it. And let me tell you, when you first get this, there's going to be some moments for those of you who have this type of pain and such that you're going to need to breathe through it. Okay. There's no other way. Honey, there is no other way. Deep breaths in and out, don't forget to breathe. That's important. And yeah, that's how I got through that. And then over time, it gets a lot better. It gets easier. The first month off and on is pretty hard, to be honest with you. Now, the first day is rough. The first week is still rough, but you can tell as time is going on that it's getting better. That was my experience. The first month, the second month, the third month, okay, we're doing a lot better now. So, and as time goes on, that stuff goes away. Okay, for the most part, it goes away. Around the time of the menstrual cycle, now that it's been all these years, I have so much, appreciation for everything that this Mirena IUD has helped me with. The cramping, pain, bloating, all that stuff, way less. So much more tolerable. Do I take ibuprofen sometimes? Yes, of course I do. It can't hold off everything. That's been my experience. It can't hold off everything. Some people get really lucky and they don't have a cycle with it, and I wish that was me, but it is not. So, and I have to say, they do fluctuate. The cycles do fluctuate. Sometimes they're more heavy, sometimes they're almost nothing, generally they're somewhere in the middle. And I feel like that's like most things in life, so it's not unexpected. Yeah, the migraines have been less. I don't really get the aura anymore with my migraines because I did have migraine with aura. So that's been really nice. It's been a great side effect of this. The mood swings are less and more leveled out, and I think that has been very pleasant. Hot flashes are much less. So yeah, it's been great for me, and I feel like I'm nervous now for whenever I get it removed, knowing the pain that I endured when I had it inserted. I used to complain about annual exams, and in the middle of this insertion, I was like, I'm never going to complain ever again about anything else because this is horrendous. It is the most excruciating thing I've ever felt in my life, and I can't believe I did it completely unmedicated. I don't know how women give birth unmedicated, but that's incredible. That won't be me. If that time comes, that will not be me. Because this was some rough stuff. So good luck to you. I hope that you are making a plan with your healthcare provider and getting the insight and advice that you need, and that you're being taken seriously, because women's medicine has such a long way to go. And I would love to hear stories of women who actually received some kind of pain medication, like we know, maybe others would if they were going under the same situation that women were. So go ahead and let us know how it went for you in the comments if you're comfortable talking about things like that.